All right, guys, hope you're doing well. So, yeah, apologies for the camera. My son actually dropped my phone earlier on today, and I usually use that for the camera at the moment. But yeah, that's needing a new screen. But I want to jump on and do a bit of mineral balancing news. So let's jump right in. So, the first thing that I want to tell you about is CalMag Fusion and NAKO new versions. So we've got CalMag Fusion version 2, NAKO version 3. They're actually out now on pre-sale. So you can get them at valencenutraceuticals.com. Just head over to there. And yeah, CalMag Fusion and NAKO. They are discounted at the moment, 10% for anyone that's wanting to pre-order them. Hopefully this is going to sort of be the last time that there's going to be an issue with stock. Obviously the company's very new. We sort of launched in November time-ish, November, December, and overwhelmed by the response really, and amazingly sold out very quick. So it's a good problem to have, but obviously, people have been getting a little bit frustrated with the stock issues. But yeah, I just want to stress that the company is extremely new. We haven't got the we're not as established as sort of Endomet or other sort of supplement companies, but we're hoping that this, the next sort of run is going to be much better. Aaron's talked about it in on this post on Instagram, so this should be the longest period that we are out of stock because we've changed up the formulas a bit and updated the labels. And yeah, basically, if we end up updating the formula, it takes long because we've got to make new labels and all that sort of jazz and get additional ingredients, etc. But I think we're pretty much done for the moment at switching up formulas or improving on formulas. So yeah, hopefully CalMag Fusion, Slowox, NAK up, Zinc Matrix Pro Bioflow Plus, which is not out yet, and ThyroSport. We're hoping that they're going to be good to go when the next stock rollout. So if you're interested, get them at a discounted price now. ValenceNutraceuticals.com. Exciting times, really. We've got a new website that's going to be launching, and I'm not going to be holding stock this time round in the UK. A lot of technical reasons, but we have linked up with a very prominent shipping company in the USA. They really love what we're doing, and they're helping us out a lot. So hopefully we're going to be able to ship everything from the United States. And the good thing is, hopefully the new system we're going to use, you will be able to basically pay for any customs fees or anything like that up front. So there's not going to be any shocks that's going off, and hopefully the whole process of actually getting the supplements delivered is going to be smoother. So if all goes to plan, it's probably going to be easier to actually ship directly from America than it is to actually get from us in the UK. Because we are out of the European Union now, so it is difficult to get into various countries. So that's, a big plus on that side of things. All right, moving on. So I'm going to talk about a couple of posts by Clark Engelbert. So you might know him from Nutritional Analytics. Check him out on YouTube. This was a good post that came up. Heavy metal toxicity, especially in the brain tissue, cuts off your connection with God. Yeah, this is we're sort of talking a bit more esoteric now. Um, but one amazing thing that happens when you're doing the program is that when you actually release toxic metals and remineralize yourself, you actually start to feel this connection to a higher power. You actually start to get, you know, coincidences. That after a while you realize are not coincidences. And one of the reasons why I believe this to be true is because we're all spiritual beings on one level, and the way that God made us is a certain way, and that doesn't contain heavy metals and toxins and chemical toxicity, etc. So what these tend to do is, on a vibrational level, they will lower your vibration. They will cut off certain areas of the brain that help people connect to a more of a higher power. And I didn't believe in God really when I first began the program. I heard Dr. Wilson talk about it. But yeah, as soon as once I start doing the program, I begin to feel energy. I began to feel chakras. Um, I did a video on YouTube about all of the different sort of things that happened to me on a more esoteric level. Which is profound, really. And I personally went through a period whereby I wasn't doing the program 100%, and that connection diminished. You know, so yeah, that one good thing about doing the program, and I think one important area of your life, well, the most important area of your life, is feeling a connection to God or higher power. This is sort of an inward and an outward connection. This inward connection of God pouring into you, and then this sort of outward connection whereby you and God are working together for the greater good. And when you don't feel that connection, in a way, you sort of lose touch with your purpose. You lose touch with what's real on a deep level. And yeah, doing the program, it just keeps you, you know, it keeps you on that in that vortex, in that energetical vortex. And I appreciate this is probably going off on esoterical stuff that people are not that into. But usually, what happens when you do the program is that people do feel, a higher power, and I think that is one. In fact, maybe it is the most important aspect of mineral balancing is the fact that it allows people to get back in touch or to get in touch with God that they've never experienced before. And it definitely helps, like, when you are unwell or you're not on a higher vibration, you're not vibrating good, you've got a lot of toxins and stuff. Of course, you're not going to believe in something greater than you, because you never really experienced it. You can't experience it. You're in a vehicle that can't experience it. It's like, uh, living your life, driving around in a vehicle where the wheels are not spinning. You don't really appreciate, life too much. And as soon as the wheels start spinning properly, the engine starts working properly, the fog gets lifted from the windscreen. That's actually when you can see the beauty of the world. And I think that happens, on a in our vehicle, human vehicle, and the connection to a higher power. So, I hope people who are probably watching this thinking, "Oh, he's talking nonsense, talking woo-woo, all that sort of stuff." Like I say, it wasn't something I was interested in when I first began, and just doing the program allowed me to connect with stuff that I was completely unaware of. I wasn't even seeking it. So I think that's a good promotion in one sense, because a lot of people who talk about God or spirituality maybe being brought up in that environment, or there's been some sort of seeking going off. But for a lot of people who do the program, including myself, there's no seeking that goes off whatsoever. Things start to happen that are unexplainable, and they're only explainable by belief in a higher power. So yeah, I forgot. Sorry, I forgot what video it's called. I think it's just called something like the esoteric abilities, I have got from doing the program. Um, Something like that. If you search for esoteric on our YouTube channel, just going off a quick tangent here, just give me 2 seconds. But it's quite
That day in 2011, when
it's quite a popular video. Deep like that. There we go. Top one. So if you just go to our channel, hit the search, type in esoteric, watch that one. That'll give you a bit of an idea of what's happened to me over the years. So that's good. So another post of Clark's. So yeah, this is a thing. People have got a big. There's a big divide in mineral balancing when it comes to vitamin D3 supplementation. I'll probably do a much deeper dive on it, to be honest, because yeah, a lot of practitioners will not give people vitamin D3 because they say that it increases calcium and gives people calcium shells. When I've asked for the data on that, I've never actually gotten it. And it seems to be from studies. It seems people have got this idea that vitamin D3 is not good for people by various studies that have given, mainly mice, massive doses of vitamin D3 or vitamin D, should I say, and it's caused various calcification. And what I found time and time again on the program is that actually giving people vitamin D3 in the units that we give people, which is around 5,000 a day, 5,000 IU's a day, we the calcium shell goes down. So the data for me isn't there. This is a post from Clark. Calcium shell reduced from test to test from 308 milligrams percent to 122 while taking vitamin D. And yeah, I also have a lot of a lot of tests like this. I actually did a quick query on all of the tests that I've sort of encountered, about personally about 900 of them. And I actually what ran a query on that information, and I found that around 10% of people from that 900 were in calcium shells. And then from that 10%, ran another query and had a look at how many people's calcium shells had gone on retests, um, compared to how many people had not gone. And it was something like 90, or yeah, about 90% of calcium shells had gone. And that was me giving vitamin D3. And when I actually looked at the clients who might have gone into a calcium shell or whatever, I do recall that they were struggling with some traumatic experiences, and it sent to me like there was dumping, um, some toxic forms of some amigo forms of calcium, and that sort of went down. Very, very, very rarely I have seen people who have got chronic, um, calcium shells. Very, very rare. And just out of curiosity, I did say to them people, well, it's actually worth stopping the vitamin D3 just to see if this theory is actually, has a lot of weight to it. And lo and behold, that didn't actually get them out of the calcium shell. So yeah, I think I'm going to do a deep dive video on this at some point. Like I say, if you are watching this, I am not the type of person that's completely close-minded. If you've got plenty of data on it, um, let's see. But I don't think people have necessarily got the data I've got, because I've actually digitized it, so I can actually run queries and actually see this, from the tests that I personally, ran. So, like I say, I've ran the query for my clients, and the data is not backing it up. Um, but yeah, that's something that's a deeper video than this news one. All right, guys. So yeah, go and buy the pre-orders. They tend to go quick. I mean, I've been keeping an eye on it with Aaron and Matt, and it's astonishing, really, how much people love these products. So thanks for watching, and speak to you all soon.